Welcome to the Indianapolis Arrows franchise. We are here at the conclusion of the regular season here in season number 3, as your Arrows are not in playoff contention, but we have built quite the young farm system and quite the young core of players. I gotta be honest, I am kind of happy as we go into season 4. And season 4 is the year to compete. It is the year to grab a wild card spot. That is the expectation now. But as we look forward, we still got to finish this season out. We have a lot of good young players, and we look to our rivals today as these are the important series here as we rebuild. We got to set a, precedent here in this rivalry matchup. The Arrows have been side by side with the Wranglers. The Wranglers have drafted actually behind us for 2 straight drafts now. They had the number 3 overall pick in season 1, but since then, they have just been kind of average just like us. I think we've been a little bit better than they have. They signed Eric Lauer in the offseason. They signed away, obviously, a pitcher from their rival, and he has just done okay. So here we are facing them in the final episode here in season number 3. The big story in this episode is, can Ray Gonzalez win Rookie of the Year? I am very, very curious on how he will finish the last 3 weeks, but he's got a legitimate shot. If he catches fire, he could get that Rookie of the Year. That will be the 2nd straight Rookie of the Year we have in our squad. Paulo Reyes won it in season number 2. So we are 3 games better than them. We have 61 wins on the season at this point, with about 3 weeks remaining in the schedule. And now we put Babe Miller on the mound, who I think is going to be our core of our rotation going forward. We'll see what he can do at home. So here is Matt Verling at the plate. This one is going to be hit up the middle. And there is Ray Gonzalez, who is an excellent shortstop defensively. He gets the out at first base to start this one out. Yohan Moncada to the plate now. He hits 1-2 left field, and they have had Moncada in that 3 spot now for the 3rd straight year, and it seems like he has not hit better than 250. Casey Mize gets the start today. He was their minor leaguer of the year last year, so he got a minor leaguer of the year boost. So he is pitching pretty decently this year as well. He faces Ray Gonzalez, who strikes out that time with the high heater. That brings up Paulo Reyes, Rookie of the Year last year. His average is down to 237. He has definitely taken a dip in that category. But now with men on first and second, here's Ian Happ, who hits a tapper back to the mound. Easy throw to first base here for Casey Mize. Top 2 now. This one hit down the right field line. That one's going to be foul, but on this play, Babe Miller comes up a little lame. He's not moving well, and he complained about some leg pain, so he is going to have to come out of this game. So right away, we're going to put in Josh Brody. I did not expect to put him in this game right here, but he is a guy that is one of our top prospects coming into this series, and he's up to 74 overall. Let's just see what he can do today. I'm not sure if he will have a rotation spot next year. I don't think so. I still think he needs a year of development. But here's a ground ball down the third baseline. Look at Cam Collier flashing the leather. A great throw over to the bag, and Cam Collier on that hot corner, filling in for now Connor Wiegman, who we traded away. That's a great play right there, and it ends up saving a run because the next batter comes up, ground ball to first base, and Tyrone Johnson, who got the start at first, steps on the bag. He comes to the plate next now, hitting 189 at the MLB level, but was tearing it up at AAA. He hits one well to right field, and that one will be a single to start out the bottom of the 2nd inning. Oijo Taikan was a hot bat to start this series. He cooled off, and now he is hot again coming from AAA. He hits one hard to short. That one's knocked down by Yairo Munoz, and now we have men on first and second. Jim Hall comes to the plate now. He hits one well down the third baseline. That one will be fair. It drives in one. It looks like it's going to drive in 2. And Jim Hall, who got moved up last episode, he played in his first game versus Cleveland, going 2 for 4, and he has a 2-run double right here. If Jim Hall really shows me he can hit, that might free some money up in free agency, because that means we won't have to go after Francisco Mejia. But that brings us to the top of the third inning, and Connor Joe goes deep to left field. That one's gone. Connor Joe is actually a guy I was considering signing in free agency last season, and it looks like he's hitting the ball well for the Wranglers. It's 2-1. Ray Gonzalez chasing that Rookie of the Year. He gets a good pitch over the middle, but this was just a ground ball to short. Easy throw on to first base. Ray Gonzalez is 0 for 2. Ojo Taikon 1 for 1 today, and then make it 2 for 2. And maybe this hot bat is something to remember coming into the offseason because, like I said, I want to add one more bat, and it could be an outfielder. Ojo Taikon is going to have some competition. Jim Hall back to the plate now in the fourth inning, but he just hits a soft liner to second base, easy out at first. Still a 2-1 game as we move on to the top of the seventh inning. Here is Josh Brody giving up a liner down the right field line, and that one will be a double as Ojo Taikon gets the ball in and does hold the runner at second base. So you got to be thinking that we're going to switch pitchers soon as that pitch count is getting up here as that's a hard ground ball to short. A nice strong throw from Ray Gonzalez gets the second out of the inning. Ramon Laureano comes to the plate now, and he hits one down the right field line. That one's fair. It gets all the way to the wall. That's actually Alex Verdugo playing in right field, not Ojo Taikon. But it's a 2-2 ball game after the second double of the inning. And Oklahoma City has tied this ball game up here in the seventh. Let's see if we can get that last out here in this inning. We look at Josh Brody's pitch total. It's up to 97. And we will end up pulling him in this inning, putting in Jacob McDonald, who we moved up last year as an 18-year-old. He was one of the youngest players to be on the roster last year. Moved him up about halfway through the season, and he pitched well. But this year, he's not pitching so well. Connor Joe comes to the plate again. He hits one well to right field. That one gets to the gap, and it will score one. And Oklahoma City will take the lead in this one. And the hit parade keeps going on in this seventh inning. Is Jacob McDonald coming off of an injury? He did have a 2-month injury this season, and that may have, kind of prohibited his progress, but he gives up a run here late in this game. Jim Hall has been hitting the ball exceptionally so far this year and is a clear, probably top 2 candidate for at least offensive minor league player of the year with the way he's been hitting the ball. Keith Rice comes to the plate now. He's got a man on first base. That one will just be a fly out to center. As that brings up Alex Verdugo, who should have been an all-star this year. He will walk. He was 2 for 3 up to that at-bat, and he gets on base for the third time today. Ray Gonzalez up to the plate now. This one's going to be in the hole, but look at this play. That's going to be a double play. And how about Yoan Moncada with the double play ball right there? And that's how you win ball games, to be honest with you. Cam Collier comes up in the bottom of the ninth inning, and that one will be knocked down by Munoz at short. But Cam Collier will be aboard with no outs. Jim Hall comes up to the plate now, hitting in that 9 spot. He's 2 for 3 today. Can he make it 3 for 4? He gets one over the middle of the plate. Could this be it? Back at the warning track, at the wall. Jim Hall will get out. That was very, very close to a huge walk-off to start this 4-game set, but it ends up being caught at the wall, and Keith Rice can't come through, and Oklahoma City will win this ball game 3-2. Jim Hall almost had a storybook ending here to this episode. How about Jim Hall, though? Hitting the ball extremely well. Started the year at AA, got moved up to AAA, was hitting in the 280s at AAA, and then now he's hitting the ball like this. We do get some news coming out of that game that Keith Rice has a broken forearm, so he will be out for the rest of the season, which will pretty much just end the season early with 2 weeks or 3 weeks left. But he had a pretty good rookie year, and yes, we did move him at the All-Star break, hoping to get a little spark from him, and I think that's what we got. Like, he had an OPS of 850 pretty much, 333 on base percentage. He hit, double-digit home runs, and he only had above 200 or so at-bats, and he had 40 runs created in, just about half a season, maybe even less than half a season. That's actually really, really good. So we move on here in the month of September just to get to the end of the season, and we face a scenario here where Jordan Montgomery has an opportunity to go the distance, and I want to end this season strong. So seeing what our future 1-2 in the rotation can do is definitely going to be crucial. So here we go, facing the New York Mets here on the road, and this time that's going to be a walk. So now we have a leadoff man on first base with Jeff McNeil at the plate. He hits one well to right field. This one's going to get all the way to the wall, so the shutout will be no more. They do get a run in short order as we jump into this game. It's 3-1 now with no outs still in this inning. Could we be in for a ninth inning comeback after Jeff McNeil, who, remember, won a batting title in real life in 2022, I believe, as we go to our bullpen and bring in Reynaldo Lopez, and he will give up a hit to the right side versus Pete Alonso, and the throw home will hold the runner up at third. But now the potential game-winning run comes to the plate. Here is Francisco Alvarez. He hits one hard to short, and we will get a double play though, but a run will come across to score. But now one more out remains. That brings up Ronnie Mauricio to the plate. He hits one through the infield, and that one gets to center field. And now the potential winning run comes to the plate again. It's Michael Conforto. Let's see if we can get him out here. 3-2 pitch. That one will be swung on and missed for a strike three. That was a close call. 3-2 victory here for the Arrows, as that will move us toward the end of the season. But we are actually, winning some close games, which is a good sign for a young team. Jordan Montgomery gets the win in this one, and we'll see what happens here in this final week of the season. We will just end up simming this. So we end up playing San Diego at home in a 3-game set. We win the first, lose the second, but then win the third. So we win a 10-2 and a 7-4 ball game versus San Diego. And it's good to see us scoring some runs. There was a time when we would be scoring like 3 runs max. So it's good to win these games like this. But now we get to the end of the season. We will finish the season with a 3-game set at home versus the Rockies. We end up losing the first 2 of this 3-game set. So we want to at least quick manage this one and hop in to see if we can finish this season strong. So Babe Miller gets the final start of the season. And we are going here for our 69th win of the year. And Babe Miller has pitched pretty well. And we get up to a 1-0 lead here in the bottom of the 3rd inning. And I'm going to hop in here because Ray Gonzalez, like I said, is going for that Rookie of the Year. I want to see if I can end the season strong with him and get some of those Rookie of the Year votes. So here with the man on first base, he gets one low. This one's hit straight into a double play. The one thing I wish Ray Gonzalez had, though, was speed. And that's one thing that would have helped him out with getting on base. That wouldn't have helped right there, but I wish he just had more speed. Here is Paulo Reyes, last year's Rookie of the Year. He's actually hitting pretty poorly with runners in scoring position, hitting down to 220, but he does hit one well to right field, and this one ties the ball game up in the bottom of the 6th with a man on third base. And Reyes, I think, is going to have a big bounce back year next year. I think this was kind of a down year for him, but I don't expect that for long. Jack Sawinski comes to the play, who's hitting the ball great as well. He hits one to the right center gap, and Reyes with only 29 speed, he's going to be able to score on this one, and Sawinski gets all the way to third, and we will take the 3-2 lead in the 6th inning versus the Colorado Rockies, who are also in the middle of a rebuild. They had the number 1 pick in the draft this year, so they are there still rebuilding. As that brings up Cam Collier to the plate, inside fastball, and this inning still continues. Wojo Taikon, who we know is hitting the ball well, he hits a chopper to third, and that's just an easy play. We do end up extending this lead as we move on to the top of the 9th inning here. Brendan Rodgers comes up, he swings and misses, and Archie Bradley gets the final save of the year. And that will do it here for season number 3. The Arrows win this one 5-3. A pretty good year here for our young guys, especially some of our, players that we are looking to build this series around. Obviously, the win-loss total isn't the outcome that we wanted, but we do end up, still developing a lot of our young guys. So our season ends 69-93. We end up fourth in the division. We have not finished in the top 3 at all. So next year, like I said, the expectation is to win a wild card spot. I think we can do it. I think we have the pieces. We just need to add a couple of more. But I like what we have for our young core. But also, we need to be better at home. We did not have a great home record this year. So we'll definitely need to get better in that department. Looking around the AL, it looks like we're going to have to aim for like 90 wins next year. That's what's going to win us a wild card spot, because the AL teams this year won 90 games, and I think that's probably what we're going to aim for. I hope that we get there. It's a high goal, going from 69 wins and winning pretty much 30 more games, but I think it's achievable. I definitely believe in this young core, especially with the team that we have. So let's recap the individual player stats on this year, starting with Ian Happ, who was our lone All-Star a season ago. This year, he did not make the All-Star game, but he had a pretty good year, I would say. Alex Verdugo hit .316. He had his career highs in everything. Career high with 27 home runs, career high with 86 RBIs, career high in walks, career low in strikeouts pretty much in his first full season, I should say. Had his career high in average, on base percentage, slugging, and OPS. So that is a great sign going forward into next season. Paulo Reyes hit .243. He dipped from last year, but one thing he did do a lot better is that he did slug higher, about 45 points higher. And he had 6 more home runs, 9 more RBIs. He almost had 100 RBIs on the season. He led our team in that category, as that brings us to Cam Collier, who I'm excited about in the future. And our third base and second baseman are going to be able to grow together. Ray Gonzalez is 1 year younger than Cam Collier at 19. Cam Collier is 20. Both of those guys are going to hit well in this lineup. I see Cam Collier is probably hitting in the 7, 8, or 9 hole, but still a very important part of the lineup. I'm going to try to bring back Ramel Tapia in free agency. We will see what he wants, but hopefully it's not too much, because you do need depth here in the outfield. And hopefully Jack Sawinski returns to form next year as well, because he hit very, very well this year. 927 OPS, was second on the team in home runs this year with 24. So he had a great season. Liover Peguero hit .232. Francisco Mejia down to .231 on the year. Keith Rice hit .266. He did have an injury which sidelined him for the last 3 weeks. Ojo Taikan got that average up to .233. He was hitting below .200 for most of the year. And then the rest of our guys are mostly depth guys. I'm hoping that Tyrone Johnson's bat can come around. So now looking at our pitching staff, Jordan Montgomery, Bay Miller, and Todd Workman all had very comparable years. 1.21 WHIP for Montgomery, 1.24 for Bay Miller, and 1.29 for Todd Workman. And their ERAs were all in the 3s. They had pretty good years. I'm not mad at those numbers at all. As we move down to Devin Smeltzer and Andrew Heaney, though, they definitely struggled this year, and I'm going to definitely be looking to replace both of them. Heaney does have a player option, so he could be back next year. Smeltzer is under cost control, but I might not even be interested in bringing him back. We'll have to see, or I might just keep him at the minor league level. But I think I'm going to add another arm. Archie Bradley's going to be a free agent as well, so we will have to look for a closer. So I could be looking to bring him back. I'm not exactly sure. I'm not sure where his career is going to go from here, because he had a very good year last year, and then he had a bad year this year. Victor Gonzalez was decent. He was our Rule 5 draft pickup, but Josh Brody could get a legitimate shot at the major league level next year, but I'm not sure. Our goal this year after the All-Star break was to get our average into around number 20th in the MLB, and we finished at 25. Runs, we finished at 21, so that is a good sign. We did improve with scoring some runs. Home runs was a big category last year we were terrible at. We were 29th in home runs. We actually finished 16th this year, so that is actually pretty excellent. And then slugging percentage, we were 21st as well. So both of those, we were ranked 29 last year, and we end up being 21 in both of those. And then ERA, we finished 21st. I definitely want to see that a little better, actually a lot better. If we can get our ERA in the top 15, I think that's where we're looking to compete and get a wild card spot. But I do like what our future pieces are going to bring us and what our young core has. So that's going to do it here for this season. Next episode will be the off season. Now I am on vacation right now, so it could be a couple of days until you see an episode here, but we'll see what happens. Hope you guys enjoyed this season. I'm excited for the next season. Hit subscribe, hit that like button. Stay tuned. Let's get it. Let's go.
Boy, all that like Keenan. Still got crack, they fiendin'. Flow still hot like Phoenix. Shine so bright, I'm gleaming. This off top, I'm tweaking. Fresh out the rat like Neiman. And I'm still tryna fight my demons. Cause we all gotta act like Tina. That's why I gotta ride with the Nina. Outside, it's a war going on.